So they released a whole new 20-minute gameplay video showing a lot of the set pieces, the gameplay, the action, and a lot of stuff to do with the underbosses. They also did a Facebook interview, and I've watched several of the developer interviews as well at E3. My job is to sit down with you and try and cover everything new and useful for you to know in a short and concise video, so you don't have to watch all the long dev interviews and all that, so on and so on and so on. So hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. So in this I'll be covering a lot here, namely why Vito's in the game and his role in this, the set piece missions, the underbosses, the different districts, the cars in the game, the gunplay and gameplay, and also the music. Alright, so let's start slowly and talk about Vito. So Vito's exiled from New Bordeaux and sidelined by the Marcano family. He's a constant throughout the story, as they say, and it's hinted that he has some angst against the Italian mob. And this is coded in some of the postcards that they posted. You can go check them out, they're pretty interesting. They're not really crucial to know, it's just kind of the backstory that they're building. So it's said that we'll get to know his story and what happened to him and what he's had to deal with. They also hinted a lot about Joe and that there's some loose ends that they want to tie up. And this guy said in the interview that people that want to know what happened to Joe won't be disappointed.
There's also another character who I know is very popular in the Mafia fan base, which is Joe, of course. Hayden alluded the other day to the fact that, you know, there are some loose ends there as well, and that people who are interested in knowing what happened to Joe are not going to be disappointed.
Now holy shit, so my theory could be true that Lincoln is actually Joe's son. I know it sounds a little crazy, but go and watch my other video on this. I did a theory video talking about whether Lincoln is Joe's son. It's pretty, well, it's clutching at some straws, but it might be interesting for you to check out. And this comment there just got my little theory nipples tingling. So they talk a lot about set piece missions, and like the mission in Mafia 2, my favorite mission, which was going to the hotel and assassinating the guy and then escaping. In Mafia, as well as like the brewery mission where you go in and it's falling apart with fire and stuff. I think this is one of Mafia's strongest points. Yes, the open world is there for you to explore, but the structured missions is what I enjoyed the most and made you feel like you're in a mob movie, you know, just great. So the gameplay, they show you hunting down this guy called Uncle Lou on a boat, and it really shows like they haven't laid off on these set piece missions and they're gonna be crazy and really good. So in the 20-minute gameplay clip, we see Lincoln going onto a boat and trying to assassinate a guy called Uncle Lou, and the boat's shifting from side to side. There's little bits like Inception where like the fucking thing is you know what I mean, it's a boat, it's sinking. So the set piece missions, I think, is where this game's going to be its strongest, and I can't wait to play them. They talk a lot about the underbosses in the gameplay video and the interviews. It looks like the underbosses are going to play quite a big role in you assigning little districts to them to control, and also they seem to play a big part in the story as well. So we got 3 underbosses in the game. Cassandra, who's the leader of the Haitian, how do you pronounce it? Haitian mob, and we got Irish Burke, who's loyal to Marcano but he wants revenge or something, so he sides with you. And of course we got Vito Scaletta, who's sidelined and wants in on the action. So once you clear out a district and assassinate one of the, well, the mob bosses of the area, like I think it is, what is it? In the French ward, it's Uncle Lou, and once you assassinate him, the French ward is under your control, and you have to assign that to one of your underbosses. So it seems like you have to see who you can trust and who you don't. It also looks like there's different perks that they give you in who you assign it to. So if, for example, Vito has enforcer squads that can help you in firefights, Bishop has explosives and bulletproof tires that can give to you. So this seems like it depends on how you want to play the game, is how you want to side with the bosses. But I don't know about you, but it's just gonna be me and my boy Vito that's gonna control this. Fuck the other two, Cassandra and Burke. Well, we'll see how it plays out, but when I do my playthrough, it's just gonna be me and Vito. Boy, we're gonna take over the world!
What a sad, miserable fool I am for ever believing in you. But there will be no more of my foolishness. The next time I see your black hide, it will be at the end of my goddamn gun.
But it also seems like dealing with the underbosses, they can turn against you. If you don't assign them districts, they can get pissed off, you know, and they can become a spike in the road, if you will. So, talking about the map and the districts, the map looks pretty large. I mean, thing when people talk about largeness in maps in like open world games, I really don't really care about how big it is. I just want to like variety and how dense and how interesting the areas are, and it seems like these areas are really interesting and have nice contrasts between them. They highlight, I think, 5 of them. The Bayou, which is the swamps and shit, where Italian mob is producing moonshine and guns. So a lot of the missions there will be under the cover of darkness. I'm guessing a lot of stealth missions. And also, as we saw from the first trailer, he's like disposing a body or some shit over there, so it seemed pretty cool. We've got the Delray Hollow, which is Lincoln's home, I think, which is under the reign of the Doxy mob, the heroin and sex rings and stuff like that. Seems pretty down and dirty over there, which could be interesting. Then in sharp contrast to that, you got Frisco Fields, which is like manicured lawns and mansions and like the rich part of town where I think a lot of the Marcano family is. Oh, excuse me. Then you got the French Ward, which is like the iconic and historic district of New Orleans. Well, it's based on that. So it's visually dense, you know, there's bars, clubs, and it looks like from this, it's like, you know, where all the fun is going to be. So talking about the map, I noticed that there are not any clothes shops. There's nowhere to buy clothes, and this was confirmed in one of the interviews where he said that the costume changes for Lincoln are in the game. However, we don't have customization. So the point of him having the costumes is that there's specific reasons they want that to tie into the story, so different missions want him to be dressed in a certain way. I don't know about you, but I'm not really too bothered about this. I mean, character customization for someone in a story-driven game, I'm not really bummed about it. I mean, fine, you dress him how you want. I might want to dress him in a tank top with a gold chain and a fedora or some shit, but hey, I'll let you deal with that. I think with the area of customization they might be going for is for your districts and houses. Well, not houses, like your what it's called, like bases, and how you can customize those and customize how you're going to play the game. I think that's where the customization is going to be. Although in a game that's really narrative driven, I think customization can take a backseat. I don't know. Maybe you can customize the car like you can in Mafia 2. That's pretty cool. I had a pink speed racer type thing. So talking about cars, it's talked about that Lincoln has like one muscle car, which I'm guessing you can upgrade and shit. So you can also have a fleet of cars and stuff like that for your mob or something. But it feels like, looking at the gameplay footage of the car, I don't know. I'm not really stoked about the driving. It looks a little strange to me. They talk about it having a stunt driving feel, like you're in a movie, and there's lots of car fighting and using your car as a weapon and shit like that. But I've never really been into the whole driving aspect of things. The only thing I do when I'm driving around in Mafia is to admire the scenery, like go over the bridge and look at the sunset, shit like that. And that's what I think I'll do in Mafia 3, you know. I'll try and do less fighting in the vehicles and just go around exploring the different districts. But nonetheless, cars are going to play a big role in the game, and I think they're going to have a big role to play in the gameplay as well. So if you don't like it, well, get used to it. So talking about gunplay, the gunplay looks sick and it's just as good as Mafia 2 or even improved. It seems like a lot of auto-aim for the consoles, which is I think what was played in the gameplay, which it looked a bit arcadey to me, but on PC it should feel great, and the kick on the weapons looks fantastic. And basing anything on Mafia 2, which I enjoyed the gunplay tremendously, I'm not too worried about this. It also seems like they have brutal, like Doom style assassinations, which they call brutal takedowns, but you can also play non-lethally, which they said, which is pretty interesting. I guess you can just choke guys out and hide the body, kind of Hitman style, which I really like, because it's kind of like, how do you want to play the game? Do you want to go in guns blazing from the start? Do you want to sneak in and kill the guy and try and escape? Or do you want to try and like kill him and sneak out? I think all these ways of approaching the mission is possible, and it's pretty cool to see how other people are going to take the same mission on. However, looking at the gameplay, a lot of the AI seems a little dumb, you know? It seems like sometimes they're just standing around wanting to get shot instead of taking cover or flanking, etc. Sometimes even standing there waiting to get hit in the face with a Molotov, but we'll see. Last but not least, the music is awesome and it sounds very 60s, 70s. It seems a lot of Hendrix influence, a lot of blues and jazz style music, and it's really cool. It seems like the music, I'm not sure if it was just for this gameplay trailer, but it seemed to like fit the mood. It's kind of like once he started shooting, the music picked up, and I think that's maybe on purpose, which should be cool. I just hope that it's original stuff and maybe not copyright protected music, because I plan to do a playthrough of the game and I hope not to get any copyright strikes on the videos that I make. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video and listening to me. Hopefully you've learned some stuff about Mafia. I'd like to hear what you think about all this. What are your opinions on it? What are you stoked for? What are you not stoked for? And yeah, I'm really excited. They have a release date now, which is October 7th, I think. October 7th, that's right. So I can't wait for that when the game comes out. I will be doing a playthrough of it on the channel, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and all that bullshit. So you keep up with that. And I plan to make a few more of these once we get some more information and stuff. And hey, here's a plug for my channel. If you want to catch up on Mafia 2, or if you haven't seen or know anything about it, I have a full playthrough on my channel if you want to go and check that out and watch that. I try and edit a lot of the boring stuff out, so it's mainly just story and me fucking about in the game. So anyway, that's it. And thanks for watching this. I'll see you in the next one. Everyone take care and peace out.